Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a repaint. This is a head crab from the game Half-Life, I do believe. I have a friend, he was really into the game. He bought a 3D printer and purchased the printout for this little guy. And he told me that he really wanted me to give it a go and try to paint it to match the game, which you're seeing on the screen right now. I told him sure, but I really liked it. I was like, alright, I won't charge you to paint it, just print me off one and we'll call it even. And he was totally down with that, and I basically went home and I hurried up and painted his up that day and got it back to him. But I held on to mine for a while because I was really going back and forth on whether I wanted to do like a Gremlins or a little shop of horrors, like that green, yellow, red kind of paint scheme, or if I wanted to do a white and black spot one. I decided on the white black spot one. So right now I have it primed. That's that white coat, and then I put like a cream coat on it, and now I'm going in with like a tan skin tone to kind of give it the undertones, like the low lights, and spraying his little butt there. I also went back in with black later and kind of kept it really faint so it looked more like a gray. In the spots, I had that, and for some reason my camera just cut it out. So after I did the spots, then I went and I matte sealed it with a clear coat. That way then I could do this little trick right here where I'd take watered down paints and I kind of put it over top of it and I spritz it with alcohol, and you want like a very fine mist. And what this does is it kind of disperses the paint to give you like a veiny look. And I do this several times throughout the whole entire process. But guys, if you do something with your paints that you really like, try to remember to seal it in between doing this stuff, because at the very end, you'll see it kind of saved my butt. Otherwise, I would have had to repaint it all over again, and I would have been really annoyed. But I went back and forth with a cream color, and then I went and I did a gray color, and then went back with a cream color again, to kind of give myself like that depth of the skin. And same with the spots being underneath those coats, and then me going back over top of it with my airbrush. It kind of gives you that feeling that there's multiple surfaces that, you know, you can see in the skin. Sort of like whenever you look at the back of your hand and you can see veins underneath the skin. That's kind of like the look I was going for. When I was doing these spots, though, I kind of got like veining on the edges of it, and that usually happens whenever you get too close, or I might have had some buildup in my airbrush that I was unaware of. Usually I would take that out, but this is my project, and like if I was doing it for somebody else, I would have removed the spots and redid it completely. But since it was mine, I actually kind of like the way it turned out, so I kept it. It kind of gave it like a unique kind of look to it. But as a painter, I would know like that was not intentional usually. But it was, I call it, I was just say it was a happy accident. So this guy, yeah, he was a lot of fun to paint. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm doing like these tiny little dots to kind of give contrast between the small ones and the big ones. And I really enjoyed the way that he came out. I really liked the way that the effects worked out on the back. So if you get a chance to do something like this, I highly recommend it. Underneath, I did a plum color and I darkened it with black. And I didn't go straight black because I wanted it to have like that plum hue, but I just darkened it in some areas to the point where it was almost black to kind of give a variation between the colors. And then I kind of lightly brushed it up on the sides like I'm doing here, and I spritzed it with alcohol to kind of vein it out and kind of give it a feathered look. And I really enjoyed the way that this looked next to the light tan and the black spots. So I was really happy that I chose this color. And after I was done with doing this process, I went in and I matte sealed it again, which I was really happy I did, because at the very end of this, you'll see coming up here soon, I went ahead and I was going to put blood in like I did with the original one, and I just absolutely hated it. It just did not look good at all, in my opinion. So with this coloration, I actually kind of liked it looking like it didn't eat a big meal. So as you see here, I'm putting it in, and then as soon as I realized, I was like, oh, I really hate this, I rushed and I washed it off, and thankfully I sealed it. So that was I was really happy I fixed that. Then I took it outside with my camera and took some beautiful scenery with like a flowering tree. And it's funny how whenever you're doing something weird, everybody and their mother wants to stop you and be like, hey, what you doing? I have at least 3 people come up and ask me, but, you know, I'm used to being the weirdo, so it didn't make any big deal to me. I thought it turned out really nice against all these little petals and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little repaint. Hopefully it won't be too long before I'm back on here. And if you like what you watched, please subscribe and like the video. I'd love to have you here on my little tiny art channel. And goodbye. I hope you have a great day.